My name is Juana Clements. I am the Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion for American Licorice Company.
Hi, I'm Liz Boyna. I am the Corporate Communications Manager with American Licorice.
Awesome. So feel free to tell us a little bit about your history and kind of the beginnings of American Licorice.
Very timely because we are celebrating our 108th year this September. Business was started by Martin Kretschmer in 1914. It's been family owned and operated ever since. So we started making black licorice from a recipe that Martin bought off someone in the city of Chicago, and they started making their own version and selling it on a cart on the city streets over on West Jackson. And then we slowly expanded over time. We established a facility downstate in Illinois in Alsip. And then we also spread out to the west coast to California, where we started making red vines in the 50s. From there, we established the Sour Punch brand here in the Midwest in the early 90s. And then since then, we've acquired a couple of additional brands under our portfolio. We have Aprati, which is a hard candy brand, manufactured actually in Cambodia by our affiliates there, and also sold here in the US. And then we also have the Torrey and Howard brand that we welcomed into our American Licorice family last year.
So where would you say American Licorice is now in 2022?
That's a good question. I think we all have an understanding that what we do is about more than making candy. And so what's really important to us at the end of the day is making sure that we're taking care of our people here that work within American Licorice, and also the people in the communities where we're based. So we've really been evolving the mission that we had been guided by, which was investing in happiness, people, community, and environment. To this year, we've done a lot of exploration and a lot of reflection on what's most meaningful to us, and where we want to put the most time and energy and resources to make a larger impact. And really, for us, that's youth and families and the community that serve them. So we are very excited to roll out a brand new mission for the company that's called A Sweeter Start. And it's really about championing youth and the communities that serve them.
With such a community-focused company and environment that you're building, what really drives you to be involved in your community?
Well, I think it's all about being a good neighbor, right? So we believe that we should serve and partner and make better the spaces that we are in. So whether that is ALC associates in their personal life with volunteering and community activism and that sort of thing, or as a company body for the neighborhood and spaces that we're in, I think it's important for us to be a good neighbor. And so we take seriously the challenge to use our time, our talent, and our resources to better those spaces.
When we first met, you were talking about moving the company from transactional to transformational. Would you like to go more into that?
It's a really, for me, it's a really simple idea of, how you use your time, talent, and resources to do more than just donate, to do more than just make sure that the local agency's event happens and runs smoothly and that sort of thing. It's more about the relationship and walking with people and agencies in the community than it is about, those very one-off transactional interactions with those people. We really want to be, like I said, a good neighbor, and that means knowing people and them getting to know you, right? Knowing what you're about, and then aligning with that to do cool things in the community together. So we like saying that, from transactional to transformational, because I think that's really at the spirit of what we want our time, talent, and resources to be used for.
So you mentioned that something that's important to your company is championing for the youth. So what are some ways that you've been able to do that?
Yeah, for us, it was a pretty natural building off the foundation that we'd already made in the community by working with organizations like Dunebrook and others who are really the subject matter experts in helping to serve children and families with a variety of needs. You know, there's a lot of impact that can be made, and so I think we're looking for sort of the momentum that different nonprofit organizations and community organizations are generating, and really just tuning in to hear them and see where we can provide support, whether that's financial or program planning or just conversation or showing up. I think there's a lot of different levels for us to get invested. And a lot of it is also getting our associates involved as well and making this personal and meaningful for them and allowing them to have that sense of what they're doing every day is really going to make a difference for the kids and the families that they're also making this candy for. And so it's really about sort of closing the loop and making sure that we're serving the whole person and the whole family. And it's really just looking for, keeping our eyes wide open to opportunities to do that. So we partnered with a lot of local organizations where we're based. We're also working on some larger national partnerships as well. And a lot of it is creating access and opportunity for young people to have the social and emotional support that they need to be successful along whatever path they're choosing for themselves in instances where maybe the institutions or the individuals around them aren't necessarily providing that support off the bat. We're trying to help these different organizations build that with them. So doing a lot of that transformation by sort of getting in early in a young person's life and being able to see them through their journey in whatever way they need.
So obviously this is a candy company. So could you go in a little bit more about some of the interesting things you're doing, like with Red Vines Made Simple or Embrace Your Punch?
I could talk a little bit about Red Vines Made Simple. We, quite a bit of time ago, set as part of our vision for 2025 to diversify the type of products we were making and really look to more better for you snacking and confection, because I think, you know, as a nation and globally, there is more of a focus on health and wellness and wanting to be conscientious of what you're putting into your body. So I think while there's always a place for your traditional candy and sugar and confection, we wanted to offer something a little bit different for those who are looking for a little bit of a cleaner option to fulfill that, you know, snacking treat satisfaction. So Red Vines Made Simple was really our first foray into the better for you space. It has no artificial flavors or colors, it uses real sugar, there's no food dyes. So we really use that as kind of a pilot product to move in this new direction and really expand those better for you options. And, you know, I think it's great for young people who may have some kind of food allergy. You know, a lot of people are allergic to red dye, and it still gives them the opportunity to have that sweet treat alongside their peers, and parents feel a little bit better about maybe giving their kids something that's made with a little bit of a cleaner ingredient profile. So I think it's really exciting for us just to give consumers out there an option.
Awesome. And I know we were talking about Embrace Your Punch, so did you want to tell us a little bit more about kind of that tagline for Sour Punch?
Sure. I actually love that tagline, "Embrace Your Punch." Right? It's a recognition and a motivational charge all in one. Right? We all have challenges and obstacles to overcome in our life, and the degree of which varies from person to person. But the idea of embracing your punch, right? Embracing that challenge or obstacle, the hardship, is you know, the choice better or bitter, right? Are you going to allow that challenge to own you, or are you going to own it and use it for your betterment, for your growth, for your development, right? And so that message is universal, whether a young person or an adult, right? Whether rich or poor, regardless of ethnicity or background, we all have that choice that we make every day, whether we're going to allow obstacles to own us or not. And so we've partnered with a variety of agencies. The Boys and Girls Club would be one, with our STAND mentoring program, Fishers High School with Future Black Leaders. Are there others, Liz? Those are the two that really stand out with that message of embrace your punch, right? So take the obstacles, because we know that they're there. We know that they're there. So we don't want to sugarcoat that or avoid that. We know that young people have challenges, more than likely not of even their making, right? They're to a large part very dependent on what's going on in the community, what's going on at school, what's going on at home, and we're asking them to succeed regardless of those challenges. And so we love that tagline because we think it's very inspirational.
So, thank you. So, Dunebrook, we completely recognize that American Licorice has been such a great partner and support for us. So, what has drawn you to being a support for Dunebrook?
That's a good question. I wish Nicole were here because she's really had the longest history with working with you all. But, you know, kind of tying back into how our mission has evolved, you know, we really wanted to look at what we were doing in our own backyard to make sure that we are advancing organizations that are putting support services in place that are needed in our community. And so I think with Dunebrook, it's a really natural fit, not only because I think, as Buana was saying, the relationships between ourselves and the individuals who are working at Dunebrook, it's just been a lovely experience. And I think it's because everyone is so, you know, we're running in the same direction of what we want to do, and that's really to serve those who need to be served. And really, that's our children. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, to go back to the embrace your punch message, you know, we all have unique circumstances, we all have unique gifts and challenges, but what really brings us back together is our children and the love that we have for them. And so that's so apparent in every conversation we have with folks from Dunebrook.
What I love about the Dunebrook relationship is that I think it meets two of our obligations to community, right? So Dunebrook not only serves young people that are in a bad way, it serves their families as well. It serves their community as well. So for us, it's really important to serve the whole person, and we think Dunebrook does an excellent job of that, right? Because you can work with the young person, giving them the education, encouragement, and empowerment they need to be successful, but that young person still goes back to a community or a home that may or may not be ready for the changes the young person has made. And so serving the community and family definitely meets that obligation for us of championing youth and their communities, because the whole person, right, the whole person, the whole environment really makes a difference. So we love the work that Dunebrook is doing, and we're super happy to be partnered with you.
We came up with a tagline, we are American Licorice, and we believe every child should be safe, healthy, and happy. So if you two would like to share in it and say it for the camera, want me to read it off again?
Yeah.
We are American Licorice, and we believe every child should be safe, healthy, and happy. Okay.
All right.
If you, that's okay.
No, we can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So there we go. So kick it off whenever you're ready.
We are American Licorice, and we believe that every child should be safe, healthy, and happy.